If you love what we do, then please consider supporting Kritfayle on Patreon. Your support helps us grow and to create more content more often. And now, on with the show.
Hirsch is going to drop his shotgun on top of the main screen in the center of the room and go and have a look at the security camera screens.
So you can see the med lab. That camera's up.
Mm-hmm.
You can see C block. That camera's up. So you can see Miranda in her office.
Mm-hmm.
Not well, but you can see her there. You can see the casino, which has a barricade built on one side.
Oh.
What is it?
That's interesting. Looks like some of the colonists have built a barricade in the casino.
Can you see anyone in there?
No, but that barricade looks as overkill for these little creatures.
I don't know. Miranda was pretty dead.
Oh, unless these frickin' things are swarming. Oh, God, that's all we need. Hirsch reaches inside his shirt and pulls out a cross, a gold cross, rubbing it.
Have these colonists got locator beacons? Can't we just turn that on and find out where they all are?
Yeah, we're all fitted with locator beacons.
That's true.
Good idea, Holroyd. Alright. Yeah, while Hirsch is looking at the monitors, he'll keep looking at the monitors because he's not really computer savvy. He's just going to do a bit of silent praying. Which one of you
Knows how
to find the colonists?
I don't really know how to go about doing that, I don't think.
Ziggy, aren't you good with machines?
Not all machines, but when it comes to computers, I'm pretty good.
Well, I think it's computers we're dealing with at the moment, so...
Alright, I think Ziggy, you're up.
Alright, let me just see if if it's like built into the software here. That would make it easy. Alright, looks like I got the beacons up and running.
So where is everybody?
Well, there's us. There's Miranda. And it looks like there's some others that are just kind of scattered around in various hiding spots. Looks like most, if not all of them, are in the sub-basement where the announcement said for us to go.
Okay.
It looks like there are some beacons in the casino, but...
How many?
2. I
Only
think
2?
they might be dead.
What makes you say that?
Well, normally their tracker will give out a pulse, like a heartbeat. But in this case, it's flat.
Are any of the trackers giving out a heartbeat?
It looks like just one up here, and then a bunch down in the sub-basement.
Should we try and find the one up here?
Ziggy, has any emergency broadcast been sent out yet?
No. It looks like we never got one off.
Ziggy, can you get an emergency broadcast out?
I could try, but I can't do it from here.
What do you mean you can't do it from here? Oh, grant our Lord our protection.
The air traffic control is where I'd need to send it from.
What do you need to send it from there for?
That's where the satellite is.
Ah, Christ, that's on the other side of the station.
Well, what's more important, going and putting out an emergency broadcast or trying to find everybody else?
Well, if no one's coming here to rescue us...
Well, wait a minute. How do we know we need rescuing?
Well, it doesn't matter if we're all holed up down in sub-level. We're obviously infested with these creatures. God knows how many there are.
Maybe there were just a few. Maybe they found a couple and we got them all.
Maybe. But the thing about sending a distress call is that no one will be here for a long time.
What do you mean by a long time?
I mean, I don't know for sure how long, but it's whenever the company decides to send someone to come rescue us.
When do you think that
Well,
would be?
I think a distress signal would probably, precipitate them doing that lickety split. No, I don't think they would sit on that, but I don't know that we need to have it yet. Hirsch, now come on, man. We've only seen 3 of these, and we've killed them all.
That might be a question for Jonas, how long it would take them.
Jonas?
Depends where they come from. Probably months.
Months?
A few weeks if we're lucky.
Based on what's gone on so far, we're not gonna last that long.
I mean, there is a supply ship in 3 months, at least.
Jonas, you're no good.
I mean, if they send
In 3
the
months we'll all be
military,
dead.
they might get here sooner. Their ships are rated faster.
All right, then what's our next move then, Jonas?
Well, we should meet up with the others, but I mean, if no message has been sent, that someone's got to do it.
Are we sending it then without confirming anything?
What do you need
Better
to
to-
confirm? You've seen these critters. We know the base is in lockdown. We know there's been deaths.
Okay, it's your colony, man. I'm just asking the question. So then that's our plan of attack now. Then is send the message, and we got to get out to the air traffic control.
Yeah. I think we
I
should
guess
also
so.
try and rescue the last person up here. They're in A2.
A2.
Two.
Okay, well, A2's on the way to get to the air traffic control.
Okay. A2's housing.
Housing and offices. Okay.
So if we went, we'd have to go back through B?
Well,
What's
no.
the best way?
We can go through go downstairs into the sub-basement, and then we might be able to come back through the sub-basement and come up under in C1 and go back out the west airlock.
Okay.
The thing was locked the way down, but it was locked from the inside, so if we're under it, we might be able to unlock it.
And that's the fastest way?
Well, yeah, because the sub-basement isn't a whole bunch of rooms. It's more like 3 big ones sort of thing. I think it'll be easier than having to go back.
That makes sense.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Sub-basement was built for, any expansion, so there was no point in actually putting stuff down there until...
And the vehicle bays, and, so it's a...
and if that's where everyone else is, we could leave Theodora and maybe this other person there before heading to air traffic control.
Well, and me. I'm not going to be any good going across the open.
All right, and you. That's fair.
I'd go with you, but I'm just going to slow you down with this leg.
Understandable.
Well, you stay here
Maybe-
with Theodora. Lock yourselves in
Well-
here. And
Well, didn't we want to get them
Hirsch-
to the sub-basement? Where everyone else is?
I ain't staying here. I'm going to go with you up until we get to the sub-basement. There's no point in me staying in ops.
Before we head out to the sub-basement, I would like to check out the morgue. I want to see how many have died.
I mean, do you think they've been brought to the morgue? This seems a little more chaotic and panicked than a nice orderly, oh, colonists are being killed by strange creatures. Once they die, let's bring them to the morgue.
I don't know. Maybe the first person who died might have been. It might give us some amounts of more information. Information is how we're going to stay alive in this.
All right, morgue's on the way. We'll check.
Okay, morgue.
All right, well, let's get to it then.
Hirsch walks over to the command center table, looks over some schematics, picks the shotgun up. All right, let's head out.
Okay.
Holrod, do you want to bring up the rear?
All right.
I will continue dragging Theodora, I guess.
Hirsch cocks the shotgun as the empty shell casing ejects, falls onto the floor, and opens up the command center door and looks down the hallway, heads off at a brisk walk to the mall.
I follow with Theodora.
Ziggy, keep your eyes open. Well, that's I keep seeing shadows.
1 success.
On your stress dice.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the stress dice seem to be working well for us.
So far.
Oh god, watch out!
What?
There! And on the wall, there's a face hugger climbing down next to our group, about 5 feet away. So what I'm gonna do is, as I point it out, I'll like kind of freak out, and then use my med kit and kind of bash it in the side and try and knock it off the wall, and get it away from me. Hey!
Hey, stress dice. Go stress.
So I hit it with the corner of the med kit, and it lodges like underneath its, like in its squishy bits. Yep, and I knock it off the wall, probably about 5 feet, so it's a bit further away, and I'm going to spring back and kind of hide behind Hirsch. And the facehugger probably hisses at me. Shoot it! Shoot it!
Hirsch swings around as Siggy jumps back past him after punching the face hugger, holds the shotgun out, and go stress. Oh no!
You got 3 face hug.
God.
Drop item.
Oh my god!
0 success.
And no successes!
Oh,
my
no.
god!
Oh my goodness, this is terrible.
That couldn't be worse than
It could
that.
be worse, right? It could have had one more panic thing.
Yeah. Alright. Hirsch constantly seeing things in the shadows, and then all of a sudden, Ziggy points out a face hugger very close to them, manages to punch it. Hirsch turns around as Ziggy darts back behind him, and in his panic state, trips over a conduit that had broken away from the wall onto the floor, and falls back, dropping the shotgun down in front of him. Holy shit!
Face hugger charges forward and leaps, and its tail wraps around Theodora's legs, and she crashes to the ground as it starts to scramble up her body. So she's fallen over, she's shaking.
So Hannah kind of dropped Theodora's hand as she fell to the ground, and for a moment she's just kind of panicking because she's very stressed. But then she's got her pistol in her other hand, and she's going to attempt to shoot this thing. I have 3 success. Raised her pistol. The creature has jerked backwards, let go of Theodora, and basically, I suppose, floated into acid. Does it melt through the floor because of that?
It will start melting through the floor.
Okay, so yeah, it's thrown back slightly. It twitches a couple times, but then it just slowly begins to sink through the floor.
But as your 2 rounds that you fired, like, punch through it and knock it off Theodora, the acid splashes onto her, and it starts to sizzle, and then she starts to scream.
Oh no.
And she starts to thrash.
Did none hit me? I'm right next
Nope.
to her.
Nope.
Ah! Okay, then I do feel guilty.
Spray would have been opposite to where you fired the gun from.
And she's rolling and thrashing and smouldering, and a sick smell is in the air.
Sig, can you do anything,
I don't know. I'll try.
please?
Sig throws his medkit on the ground and rips it open, looking for some anti-burn medicine and some painkillers. And he will take a syringe and inject painkillers directly into.
You're finding it really hard to, like, she's full on thrashing and rolling.
Okay. It doesn't need to be anywhere specific.
No, it's just it's even hard just to, like.
Well, Hannah's just kind of staring in shock. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh well, you're keeping
Oh,
it
no,
together.
I'm good. One success. Is that enough to get a needle in somewhere? Yeah. I create a new wound in doing so, but it doesn't hurt because it's anesthetic, and also she's hurting a lot of other places. And I'm gonna try and apply like burn cream, but I imagine as I'm doing it, like my hand starts to burn a bit too, just from where she's
Yep.
burning. How bad is she off?
Pretty bad, and it's still burning.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to shoot it, and I'm sorry. And I'm sorry.
Here, someone help me flip her over.
Hannah's still just staring and panicking.
John, give me a hand here.
Hirsch picks himself up. Yeah, Hirsch crawls on over and grabs her by the arms and flips her over.
Yeah, and Sig is helping.
And
Garmin
holds her
the
down.
legs, kind of. This way the acid won't keep burning through her. It should burn out instead of in.
Ah, right.
I don't know what else I can do. Bandages. And Sig goes and grabs some bandages.
And there's a hole that's smouldering about 6 feet behind where you are, as it disappears below deck.
I was just trying to get it off her.
You hadn't done anything, she'd be dead.
All right, Hannah, you did the right thing. Oh, geez, those things are scary. They come out of nowhere. We're infested with these critters. We're gonna have to send out a distress call.
It's a good thing you're my buddy, Hirsch, because we already knew that. That's what we're on our way to do right now.
What are we gonna do about Theodora? We can't bring her like this.
He stops moving. She's alive, but she is unconscious.
Okay, so I guess it's down to me then.
What do you mean?
What do you want the message to say exactly? I'm looking at you, Jonas. What would you like the message to be exactly? Is there any special code or anything I need? Do I need to have your Miranda's badge to get into anything there to send it?
Honestly, I have no idea, but that's probably a prudent thing to do anyway, just in case. The last thing you want to do is get there, right, and then find that we can't find a way to get access, so I'd take her badge.
Thought we were all going.
Well,
I won't be.
Are you guys not staying here because you got too injured?
Well, we had to still go find the other person anyway, and then get to the sub-basement. I don't think we can stay here.
All right.
It might be up to you, you're right, but it might be up to you to... Well, you can help carry the injured.
Fair enough. So then the question becomes, why was Hirsch telling me what we're doing? I already knew what we're doing.
I don't know. I think we're all just a bit stressed.
All right. Hey, you folks have got to learn to calm down. Just focus on what needs to be done. The more you dwell on it, the more panic you'll get.
Yeah, we gotta keep it together. Everything's okay.
Okay, can she be moved, though?
Sure.
You really are stressed because...
Should she be moved? No. Can she? Yes.
Well, is it better to move her or leave her here where more of those things might just be lurking somewhere in the dark?
You were just telling us 5 minutes ago that we have to take her with us. There was no question about it. Plan doesn't change now.
That she can't walk on her own anymore.
Right, that's why I'm gonna carry her.
Alright, then I guess we should get moving before any more of those things show up.
That's
Hirsch
right.
gets up and nervously walks over and picks up the shotgun. Looks back at everyone. He's got a sort of a worried expression on his face.
Okay, so Sig, you help Jonas. Hannah, you help me assisting Theodora,
Okay.
and Hirsch, you got point. Let's get this show on the road.
I know it's not a great time, but I still think we should check out the morgue and just see if anyone else.
It's on
We
the
might all
way.
be in the morgue. Okay, if it's on the way, we'll check it when we get there.
Well, it is just
Okay.
there.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's that door over there.
All right, well, let's look inside quick and find whatever you want to find and go.
I just want to see how many are dead.
Our number's now up to 4.
Where the acid has melted through the floor. How deep has it gone?
Full deck at least, you can see down below.
Holy Christ.
That's concentrated.
I didn't think and have acid for blood.
Well, that's a mystery for another time. Right now, let's check out the morgue, and then let's get this beacon, or this message, sent off to corporate.
Okay.
Hurst straightens up the light on top of the shotgun, which was knocked a little bit crooked. Switches it back on and heads into the morgue.
Anyone going with him?
Sig
I think
is.
Siggy is.
I think I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think we all would go.
I mean, if we can bring Theodora in, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
we're kind
I'm
of helping
guessing
her.
Theodora is kind of between you and I.
All right,
like
then,
we're
yeah.
on either side of her, like probably because she can't. Yeah, basically dragging her along, I suppose.
Yeah.
She's unconscious. Her head's like
Because
Yeah.
this way we can still use our weapons. So maybe I would put the shotgun away and switch to the pistol at this point.
Okay, then yeah, we will follow in as well.
There is on the slab. There's 2 slabs, and there is 2 bodies, and their chests have been busted outwards. Ribs are exposed. Definitely not an autopsy. And in the far corner, there is one of the medical team, and he's on the floor with his throat torn out.
What the
God.
hell happened to them?
Is that Mark? Damn it.
Dear God's name happened here. Hirsch walks over to the dead bodies.
Look like they exploded?
I don't know. I don't like this.
I can't hear this.
I don't like this one bit.
Rest now, my friend.
I mean, you normally bring people to the morgue when they're dead. Or were they using it as a makeshift med bay if med bay was...
If it was in quarantine.
Yeah.
Dig, does that look post-mortem, or was that cause of death?
Sig closes the eyes of his friend and lays him onto the ground. Walks over. Well, judging from the amount of blood, I don't know. If it happened just after they died, there'd be this amount of blood. There'd also be this amount if they were alive. Doesn't look like it's congealed. So, I mean, my bet would be alive or just barely dead.
But could those things do that?
I don't know.
Hey, remember the first one tried to wrap itself onto Holrod's face?
Yeah, but
I vote we get to the air traffic control and hold up there.
I thought we have to get through the sub-basement, and on the way there we were looking for the last survivor up here.
All right, well, let's get out of this. Get out of this morgue.
I don't think there's any reason to stay.
Well, Hirsch will head out of the morgue.
Zig will walk over and confirm that their chest did burst outwards. It wasn't a force that came from outside pushing in.
That is correct.
They definitely had something inside of them that clawed its way out,
Claude?
or something. It burst through his ribs. Strong enough to do that.
Let's just go.
Yeah.
I'm giving McDonald the sideways look now. What the hell are you guys doing here? What else don't we know?
Me? Zig's the one that does the experiments, buddy.
I would never do anything like this.
All playing with the laws of nature.
Wait. As Hirsch heads back over towards the bodies on the table, and he lifts one up to look at the back of it. There's no hole going through the back of the person.
No.
What are you looking for? You wanted to see if something went straight through them?
Straight through, or I've seen grenades do such damage.
Yeah, it's like they swallowed a grenade, though.
Why would they swallow a grenade? It'd be bloody hard to fit down there unless someone surgically implanted it just to see what would happen if it went off. But
Is this suicide, maybe?
interesting.
When do you see this sort of wound when you're cleaning?
Well, Jonas, you would know from my work record that I haven't always been a cleaner.
He just shakes his head.
I did do a brief stint in the Marines back in the day, but that was a long time ago. I was young.
Well, then that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Who would have figured? I thought this would be a safer occupation. Alright, let's go.
Yeah.
The longer we wait, the more those things can drop down on us.
Oh, don't even say that.
Zig looks at the ceiling, then he turns and faces the wall and slams his fist against it. Damn it. Why is this happening? Mark. And all these people. Alright, let's go. I can't be in here anymore.
Hirsch is already out, waiting in the hallway.
Yep, I
If,
guess we've gone out with Theodora.
yeah.
Zig is the last one out, and he closes the door behind him. You have the ability to open that door. You should open that door.
Great for life. Alright, Holroyd. You
Close.
got Miranda's
Close
card.
enough.
Holroyd.
Yes. Yes,
You
I
got
do.
Miranda's card.
Yes, I do. I thought I handed it back to you, though, already.
Oh, right. Hirsch shakes his head, then holds up the card that's hanging around his neck and swipes it, and the door swipey thing.
That's why I said he's in charge, because he's the only military man among us.
Level the shotgun and walk towards... So how do we get to A2 from B2? Straight ahead?
Yeah, you can just go
Or is
straight
that-
ahead. No, you can go straight ahead. If anything would have been separated, it would have been MedLab, and they didn't separate MedLab.
That's true. So why would housing be such a weird
Yeah.
thing to have to get to?
Alright, so we'll get to the door to A block. A2.
It is green.
Open it up. Or, unless it automatically...
Dig, where was the person in A block?
I'm not sure. We should just look around.
The door opens, and you can see the housing. And there's lots of independent, these are sort of more small apartments designed for families. And it had a sort of open courtyard, sort of playground area, which is directly in front of you. There were stairs that lead down, about 4 feet normally. That area, which is about 60 feet sort of square, is fully underwater.
What?
Is water rushing in from anywhere?
Not now.
What happened?
Maybe one of the curling pipes has burst?
Hirsch, do you think we can still get through this?
It's 4 feet deep, just so you...
Right, I mean to the sub-basement.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's on... So on the far side, the stairs lead back up. So you're not in water yet.
Okay.
Because you're above the 4 feet line. So you're on, the flooring there. It's almost up to, the last step.
So the water's on A1, right? Or
No. Just on your
No,
level.
A2.
A2?
There's a dip kind of bit in the...
Right.
We're on a
So-
raised bit, and then there's stairs going down into the bit with water, and then on the other side of the water, there's stairs going up onto
right.
another
Correct,
bit that's
correct.
not underwater.
And normally this wouldn't be underwater. Normally it wouldn't
Yes.
be underwater.
Yeah. Hirsch turns back to the group. Looks like maybe one of the cooling pipes has ruptured and leaked water into this room. You don't think those little critters can swim, do you? Oh, for God's sake, I hope they can't swim.
Do we have to go through the water?
If we want to get down to A1.
Is there
Do we?
really no other way? Can we, break a hole through one of these walls or something? And
Why can't you swim, Suki?
It's not my strong suit.
I don't even think you have to swim. It doesn't look that deep.
Hirsch
Yeah, but-
walks into the water, which comes up just beneath his underarms. He's holding the shotgun over the water. I think 4 feet would be about that, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I have no idea.
On a 6-foot purse, so it's like up bottom of the chest sort of dip.
Yeah.
On like a 5-foot tall person, where is it? Just neck? Like
Probably-
what?
Probably up underneath your armpits.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are there other doors that we could go in?
On the far side, you can see the maintenance ladder, and there is houses like the apartments, but
How are we gonna find anyone in here?
They're probably holed up in their apartment, if I had to guess.
You know, one of the techs was down here working on the water tank.
Yeah.
These guys are usually pretty thorough. Clearly he didn't finish his work. I've got a bad feeling about this.
We should let Hirsch get to the other side before we go in,
Watch yourself,
since
bud.
he's so brave.
Are we waiting in with Theodora or waiting?
What was everybody else doing?
All
Sorry,
right.
I was
Well,
looking at the map. That's why I kind of.
Hirsch is in the water. Sig is saying he wants to wait. No idea what Jonas is doing.
You guys wait here. I'll get to the other side and cover you when I get there, okay? But just
Sure.
cover me on the way there.
Do you maybe want me to go with you, and then? But
Well,
then
who's
we're
gonna
leaving
carry
two
Theodora?
I
injured
can't.
people.
I can't carry her by myself.
I get that. I get that. But what are you doing, Hirsch?
Well, I'm already chest deep in water.
Okay, so you're just going through. You're not going to try to do anything to help drain the water or anything like that.
I can't think of where I could drain the water.
Yeah.
Unless
enough.
I can, unless Hirsch
enough.
can, but I don't think he's not.
I don't think there's
But-
anything we can do for it. So
I'm just a cleaner.
I think we should all go then. I don't know.
Well, let's go.
Well,
We'll all go, but I think we should go, like one at a time, and cover each other.
How far of a trip is it?
60 feet.
Yeah, 60 feet. I think I don't know. Hirsch, you know the best deployment method. You're an ex-military man. What's your thought? How should we space our sails?
Apologies to any one serving in the Marine Corps
Any actual military people?
or any actual military people,
Yeah.
or
None
anyone
of
in the
us
future
claims to be actual
This is
experts.
made up
who
military,
are
so
serving
you
in the
can
colonial
say,
Marines.
Standard thing is 12 feet.
Yes, when
It's,
our
3
podcast has
meters apart.
survived
That's
many
the
hundreds of
standard.
years in the future, and the colonial marines are all listening to it,
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
then we're
Yes.
sorry.
Hirsch didn't get that right.
Oh.
3 meters
well.
apart. That's about 10 feet. No.
All right, point's usually a few feet out, and then you guys just toe to toe.
All right. Well, I think that's what we'll try to. Singleton and I will try to bring Theodora along.
Oh.
According to that spacing.
All right, Hirsch will start wading through the water across to the other side.
So what's the marching order? Just so I...
Hirsch, then
Then 3 in a row, because
Three
we're
in a
trying
row.
to hold Theodora up between us.
it'll be Singleton, Theodora, and Holy Rod.
Yep, that's
All
the
right.
name.
Holroyd.
That's also the name.
God damn
Holy
it.
rod, how do you get that?
So sorry. What is the list?
Hirsch,
So
Yeah.
followed by
Sig and McDonald are last. I think that's the.
Yeah.
the
Okay.
point
followed by
is-
Singleton, Theodore, and Holyrod in a row because they're carrying Holroyd in a row, and then Sig and who? Jonas.
Jonas.
Jonas. Okay.
Jonas last or Sig last? I think probably
Sig
Jonas
last.
will be last.
No,
Oh, Sig's going to be last.
I don't like the water.
Okay.
I want to look at this poster.
Hey, well, I've got a shotgun with a torch on it. We don't have any fire yet, so we're safe.
Yeah, it's not dark,
No, it's
right?
just this
Lights
is
are on.
kind of the order. Sort
Oh,
of.
is it?
Add Theodora in the middle, but yeah.
I definitely did not do that on purpose.
Hirsch? Oh, yeah. Singleton and Holroyd? Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Sorry, what are we looking at?
The
po-
alien
poster.
poster, we've kind of, which has us in the
Oh,
water.
oh.
We've kind
Yeah,
of gone
yeah,
in
yeah.
that order.
Okay. So you're moving across the courtyard. Hannah glances over, and you see that the water is rippling as if something is swimming. You can see 4 cylinder-like fins are above the water, and a tail that's moving at the back like a crocodile's. Suddenly, the water explodes upwards. And a black shadow erupts from the water. It's black like the floor of the courtyard. It's vaguely humanoid. It's about 7 feet, you think, in full size. It has a massive, elongated head that is smooth. The water and light just seems to drip off it. It has a long, prehensile tail that you can see curving upwards with a very sharp spike. And it leaps forward and wraps itself around Jonas, who screams. Get it off me! Help! Help! Pulls him down into the water. And you see his arms and legs, and he's getting pulled back really quickly. And then he's gone. And the water just ripples.
Sig
the fuck?
was standing
What?
right beside.
What
Jonas.
was that?
What
Oh
the
my
fuck
God.
was that?
I don't know. What was that?
I think we should run.
What about Jonas?
Leave him. I don't want to get caught by that thing. I don't think we can fight it.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Never mind that now.
Okay.
It's more important to get to the air traffic control.
Okay.
Never mind going for the survivor. We got to get to air traffic control. This is about survival of the base now, not survival of one person.
Hirsch is... do we all get a stress dice from that?
I would say yes.
Presumably. Rats, I'm up to 5.
That could have been me.
Don't dwell on it. He's gone. Just let's get moving.
Okay, okay.
Hirsch is backing through the water and then turning around and looking in front and then moving sideways a little bit faster with the shotgun. He's like darting around as he's walking through the water, looking in different directions.
Sig suddenly disappears under the water.
What?
What?
Hang on.
We need him.
Zig's gone. What the fuck?
What?
So we dive to the water to see if we can see what's taking him.
Are you diving?
Yes.
Okay, well then I assume you let go of Theodora, so I'll just try and hold her
Yeah.
above the water.
Yep.
Give me a strength roll.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, great. Strength in anything or just strength?
Only if you have something that would help you with holding her up.
Oh my
Look
goodness.
at you.
Wow.
Wow. Go to stress dice.
Yeah. I'm just so great at holding people above the water. That's
Okay.
all.
Yep. You're just controlling that situation while everything else is going to hell.
That was you panicked so much.
I'm deadly focused on this one thing. I can't deal with everything that's going on. I'm like, I'm gonna keep her head above the water no matter what. This is what I'm doing.
After a few seconds, Sig comes back above the water, panting. I think I just tripped on something.
What the fuck?
What the hell are you doing?
He reaches down and pulls up a crowbar.
Get in the game, son.
Oh, Jonas's crowbar.
Keep going, I'm fine.
All right. Holroyd makes his way back to Singleton, and grabs onto the other arm of Theodora, and helps boost her back up again. So we're both carrying her again.
Are we able to get to the other side?
Yep. You can come out of the water on the other side.
Well, we've made it out of the water.
And there is these are not like your typical way down. These are your maintenance shafts. Like they're ladders that lead from one to the other, which can be used for maintenance.
Sig pulls himself up out of the water and then just kind of sits down on the ground. He's kind of rocking back and forth a little bit.
Jesus, Siggy, I thought we lost you too. Bloody hell.
What was
Hey,
that?
It grabbed
Jonas.
Jonas. It grabbed him right beside me. I couldn't do
That
anything.
thing was huge.
It was so tall. And it had a tail and what was that?
Like alien creature.
But we already had creatures that were killing people, and now there's that?
I don't know. Maybe it's their mother?
Their mother.
I can't imagine that the tractor brought back one of those things thinking it was a good idea.
I don't know. I don't see how they could think bringing back any of those things would be a good idea, but apparently they did.
Hirsch walks up to Siggy and grabs him by the shirt and pulls him up. Siggy, you do research. You sure you don't know anything about this kind of crap?
I would tell you. Anything that I thought could keep us alive, I would tell you. I've never seen anything like this. Maybe, like, insects have an exoskeleton kind of similar to that. But they're tiny. Like, this is something completely different.
We're all gonna die.
We're almost there. We're
We're all gonna
almost
die. Miranda's dead. Jonas is dead.
We don't know that. Well, we know Miranda's dead. We don't know that John's dead. The sooner we can get to the air traffic control, the sooner we can sort out what our next step is.
I just want to go home.
Right now, it's just a little too tense.
2 tenths? 2 tenths, Holroyd?
I just want to go home.
Alright. I'll get you home, Singleton.
Okay.
Let's just get out to this air traffic control. Alright, you two right with her?
Yeah.
Yeah. You alright, Sig?
I'll be fine.
Actually, Sig, you help with Theodora. Holroyd's probably better on covering up the rear.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try.
Don't try, just do.
Right.
For crying out loud, pull it together, man. And Hirsch looks like he's about to snap. We're going right down.
Shouldn't we look for the survivor?
I am not going back in that water.
Guys, are we going to stop and look for a survivor if That thing is in here.
If anyone's there, they should have heard us, and then, I don't know, maybe they'd come out and see what's going on, or maybe they wouldn't.
Exactly. That's why I'm suggesting we just head straight for the air traffic control right now. This is about trying to save the station, not trying to save one more person. This is about, dozens of people, not one.
If anyone's left.
And don't go borrowing trouble.
That thing's walking around then.
We can just go. Let me just knock on like 3 doors as we pass them.
Be quick.
No one answers.
Okay. So I'm like holding one of her arms and then using my other arm to hold the ladder? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Is anyone below you? Did anyone go first?
I don't
Hirsch.
know who's going down. Hirsch went first? Okay.
So Hirsch is about to get smacked in the back by a falling woman.
Oh,
Oh.
drop item!
Oh no! How ironic is that?
Okay, well then I'm gonna roll to try and hang on to her.
Oh no!
That's the best panic roll I could have got.
Panic! Oh no!
Oh no!
Cover.
Well, I think it's so. Sig, he went first, so he dropped her. Yeah, I was trying to hang on, but because this interrupted my skill roll, I was unable to, and she's fallen, and I already felt guilty about the injury, because it was my fault in the first place, and now I think she's dead, even though I don't know what's happened, and I'm just absolutely in a full-blown panic. And I'm just panicking, and I have to get out of here, and I turn back around and start climbing up the ladder, and I don't know where I'm going, but I just have to go now. So I start climbing back up the ladder. When she falls, so Hannah is first tried to hang on to her, couldn't keep her grip. She fell. Hannah shrieked and started trying to climb back up the ladder.
Hirsch hears the scream from Hannah, looks up in time to see a unconscious Theodora falling towards him. His natural instinct is to just drop the gun as Theodora slams into him and knocks both of them onto the floor. And he's kind of shocked.
Yeah, so if she's coming up and trying to get by me, I'm just going to grab her by the shoulders and say, no, we got to keep going. Theodora's gone. He's gone. We've got to keep going.
I tried, and I tried, and I couldn't
Focus.
hang on to her.
There's no time for that now. We've got to
I
keep moving.
can't. I can't go anymore. I can't. I'm done.
You're not done. You're not done. We're not going to die here, all right? Not here. Not like this.
Okay.
Let's go. I'll lead you down.
My hands just slipped. I grabbed the ladder and I had to let go for just a second, and oh god, what have I done? How could this have happened? Sig looks down and sees her.
As Hirsch is sliding her off him, her neck and head are twisted at a very awkward angle.
Oh no.
She's suffered a compound fracture on her right arm. There's blood, a pool of blood underneath her. He lays her down and closes. Oh no, her eyes would have already been closed. Slides her off him, feels the side of her neck, looks up and shakes his head.
I guess Hannah will keep going down the ladder, being unable to get by Holroyd.
Well, he would just stop her, if he has to, kind of
Yep.
locks her in a hug type of thing and just saying, "No, can't do this now. We can't stop now. We're too close."
So eventually, I guess we will also make it down.
Well, it was an accident. If anything, it's probably a better way to go.
We should have just
don't-
left her where she
Well, I
was
don't know what
safe.
those creatures would do. If those creatures have found her.
It's my fault she was hurt in the first place, so.
Not your fault. The fault of the people, whoever dragged these things back here.
Why would anybody bring those things here?
Yeah, good question. Alright. Hirsch pinches the bridge of his nose. Holds his cross, says a little bit of a quick prayer and heads off. I'm just trying to look at the map.
You are going to be entering the lower level, so it's like of the bar.
Level 1.
The bar actually goes. Billy's Bar is a 3-level complex.
Billy's Bar.
3-level
Oh.
bar. Hannah
there's
has pulled. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There's a big door in front of you, which is closed, but you know it's to the bar.
The bar. Hannah has pulled a small toy dinosaur out of her pocket and is clutching that in one hand very tightly.
Hirsch is walking quite nervously through the corridor.
Yeah, I guess I'll follow. No longer carrying Theodora.
Okay, so you come to the large door.
As
Where does Hirsch want me to go then now, since we're 4 healthy people?
last.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. You got the shotgun, so.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll, Aaron, I'll put away the pistol and pull out the shotgun again.
Okay. Hirsch will use Miranda's card to open up the door.
The official Alien RPG is released by Free League. Kritfayle's Alien miniseries stars Ken as John, Emily as Hannah, Shadow as Sig, RavenInsane as Hirsch, Ghost as Mother. Some of the sounds come from Sirenscape.com. You can find us on Kritfayle.com. This has been a Kritfayle production.